Hello guys and welcome. In one of the previous videos, just after the new year, I mentioned that I wanted to begin this new year by starting it off with a new playlist, by creating a new playlist, which is something that I didn't do. I instead, meanwhile, uploaded other videos on other subjects, other stories, other adventures. So I will try to start now and from today with this new playlist. Also because it is about subjects that are not running away anywhere anyway, so better late than never. I would like to use this video as, let's say, sort of an introduction for all the following videos that will come within this playlist, because I guess I'm pretty sure I will upload other videos here and there on other topics, other subjects and other things. So this is primarily will be related to everything that concerns this playlist. And the subject that I would like to talk about is not something new, is not anything that is been recently discovered or recently created or recently thought of, anything like that. It is the opposite. It is something that is as old as the human being is. It's something that has existed since the beginning of human time, since the beginning of human history. Why? Because it's something that belongs to human nature. But nowadays, we can see it happening more than ever before. Why? Well, because nowadays, in these beautiful modern times, many of us, unfortunately not all of us, but many of us live quite a comfortable life and can find, if we have the desire, time for ourselves, time to dedicate to ourselves. Plus, we have this wonderful tool nowadays. We have access to this wonderful tool, which is the internet, which gives us access to all sorts of information regarding any subjects on different levels of complexity and depth. And if not very long time ago, this was still more, let's say, fixed. Nowadays, it happens within our pocket. We all have our smartphone and we can just do any moment. So this whole world of information is just a click away with our finger. We have this power in our finger. So, there is the online part of it, the internet world of it, but there is the internet world of it too. So, where I'm recording this video from right now, which is Bali, in Indonesia, it is for sure one of those places in the world where we can see this phenomena happening in a very large, massive scale, in a very concentrated way. It is not the only place in the world like that. There are other places that are sort of like the new modern age hippie trail. But overall, this can happen anywhere in the world. Just have internet and the desire to do so. And yet, I haven't mentioned this subject. So what am I talking about? Simply something that nowadays is referred to as self-growth or self-development, or any other word you want to use to indicate this concept. But what matters is the concept, right? Are not the words, the concept. So I'm going to use this beautiful whiteboard that was kindly lent by a good friend, and let's do like this. Self-growth or development. Self-growth, self-development, use any word you like. What matters is the concept of it. Which is what? That we all have the desire to improve certain areas of our lives. Well, as a matter of fact, if it was in our power, I guess, yeah, we would improve in any area of our life, of course, because it's the thing that makes more sense, I guess, right? But for sure, not everything can happen at the same time. So for some people, some things matter more than others, and people have priorities. So for sure, someone who is, let's say, older will want to improve primarily within the field of health. Someone who is younger will not care much about health, will probably want to improve more in areas of life regarding business and money making. So let's try to just give a few categories that we can find out there in terms of self-development, right? So let's do something like this. This is just to give an idea. Just to give an idea. Business, personal finance, money making, wealth. Then we could say something like spirituality, or we could say, let's say, excuse me. So these are just some categories of different areas of life where nowadays we can see a lot of interest, that people want to develop in. So we can see this a lot. Well, this I guess changes very much according to the way that you use the internet, right? According to your own interests and so on. But as you are, for example, watching YouTube videos, at the beginning, at the end, in the middle of the videos, there are always advertising, or when you scroll your social media feed, Facebook, Instagram, constantly see sponsored, promoted, advertised posts regarding what? Regarding online courses, offline courses, retreats, coaching, anything of that nature, So everything that is related to the subject of self-development. Probably one of the major things nowadays is everything that regards wealth. Yeah, how to make money, the cryptocurrency, how to invest, and the real estate, and anything you can think of. Another big subject is spirituality. This is another very big subject. But it doesn't matter the subject we are talking about, the field we are in. What each one of these fields has in common is exactly this. Yeah? The desire to grow, the desire to improve, the desire to develop. And then when a person takes action and starts a development process, there is a development process that happens, right? So, doesn't matter the field in which you are developing, in which you are improving, in which you are growing. There is a development process in act that is actualized. And what happens is that some elements, some things are common. They arise within a process of development. These things might be technical, they might be emotional, intellectual, there might be fears arising, doubts arising, so many other things. So either you are developing in business or you are developing in spirituality, some elements that arise during the development process are very similar. So, knowing some of these things might simply, I'm just gonna use this word, might simply be handy. So, what I want to do is that I want simply to share some ideas, some personal ideas, and some personal views and insights on this. Yeah? Not giving any absolute truth, any miraculous problem-solving skill to develop in like this. No, nothing like that. I just simply want to share some of my personal views, insights on the subject, some examples, and so on. But because there are aspects to it that are not only technical, but there are so many other things involved and so many other things that need to be said, plus I have to make examples very often by using some of my personal experience, so I will share some personal stories as well. If at the beginning the idea was to call this playlist with a name, with a more technical name, more something like self-development, elements of self-development, common elements of self-development, something like that. Now, what I simply decided to call this playlist is Food for Thought. Food for Thought. For this reason, I will just share some ideas, some views on some elements, on some processes that happen within a process of development. And the direction I will primarily go to will be towards spirituality. Now, spirituality as a word, it's an empty word, it doesn't mean anything, but let's say, just to make it simple, yeah. Why spirituality? Well, simply because it's the subject that is closer to me. It's a subject that I've been passionate about all my life. But then, yeah, although each one of these subjects has an individual, let's say, personality, has an individuality, development process, the process of development, it's something that connects this subject, because once that you understand certain elements that happen, that arise, and so on, within one context, within one field, it might become easier to apply or reapply certain things to then another subject, yeah, if you get what I mean. That is why very often, yeah, it is nowadays said that the skills that you need to, let's say, develop spiritually, and the skills that you need to develop business-wise, yeah, are the same. And this is not far from truth at all, yeah, because the development process is there. So, this is the subject that I will talk about. I will talk about it in a random way, without any specific order. I don't prepare my scripts, so it will be very disorganized as well. But it doesn't matter. I will just, share some ideas. So, this will be it. And let's see what the next video will be, because I don't know yet myself. Thank you guys, and see you at the next video.